That frozen dinner you trust? It might be loaded with metal or bacteria. And still sitting on shelves every year, food poisoning strikes about 48 million Americans. More than 128,000 of them end up in the hospital. And it's not from rare foods or mystery imports. It's from the same grocery items families pick up every week, often from big stores like Walmart. Some of these products have already been pulled off shelves after making people sick. Others are still sitting there, loaded with hidden additives, excess sodium, or even bacteria you can't see. These aren't off-brand products nobody buys. These are household names. They sit in pantries, freezers, and lunch boxes across the country. And for some families, they've been doing real harm without a single warning on the label. Welcome to BizWorld Explorer, where we reveal the hidden risks in everyday food brands so you can shop safer and smarter. We post new investigations every single day, so don't miss tomorrow's. So hit subscribe now. It might be about something already in your fridge. Now, let's take a closer look at the brands that made this list and what safer choices you can grab instead. Number 1. Great value frozen pizzas. Frozen pizza feels like the perfect fix on a busy night. It's cheap, fast, and filling. And Great Value is one of Walmart's top sellers for a reason. Big box, low price, done in 20 minutes. What could go wrong? A lot, actually. The USDA has listed frozen foods, especially frozen dinners and pizzas, among the most frequently recalled grocery items. And just because something's sealed in plastic doesn't mean it's safe. Some frozen pizzas have been pulled due to contamination, including metal fragments and bacteria concerns. One recall found metal fragments baked into the crust, but even the ones still on shelves come with hidden risks. Great Value frozen pizzas are packed with sodium. Just 2 slices can push you near your entire daily limit. Eat half a pizza, not hard to do, and you're well over it. That kind of salt overload, eaten regularly, is linked to high blood pressure and heart disease. For families with kids or older adults, that's not a small issue. Then there's the ingredients. You'd expect dough, sauce, cheese. Instead, you'll often find artificial flavors, preservatives, and highly processed meats. Things you probably wouldn't use if you made pizza from scratch. And that's exactly the safer swap. Homemade pizza doesn't have to be fancy. A simple crust, real tomato sauce, and fresh toppings like mozzarella or veggies can make pizza night just as easy and a whole lot healthier. So next time that frozen box looks tempting, take a second look at the label. And here's the thing. Great Value pizza isn't the only product raising concerns. The next one sounds healthier, but could be just as risky. Number 2. Great Value smoked sausages. They smell great on the grill and seem like an easy win for a weekend cookout. But Great Value smoked sausages might be one of the riskiest meats in your fridge. Every year, the USDA's Food Safety and Inspection Service flags processed meats as top recall offenders. That includes hot dogs, lunch meats, and yes, smoked sausages. Whether it's contamination, mislabeling, or dangerous bacteria, these products keep showing up in safety alerts. The WHO classifies processed meats like these as Group 1 carcinogens, same as tobacco. And yet, millions still buy them without a second thought. Great Value smoked sausages are cheap, tasty, and easy to throw on the grill. But the ingredient list tells a darker story. These sausages contain sodium nitrate, a preservative that keeps the meat looking pink and fresh longer. But studies have linked long-term nitrate exposure to cancer and heart problems. On top of that, the sodium levels are sky high. For anyone watching their blood pressure, this isn't just junk food, it's a health trap. Worse, these products have a history of contamination. Past recalls of smoked sausage have included dangerous bacteria like listeria, especially harmful to pregnant women, children, and people with weaker immune systems. A safer swap? Head to the butcher counter. Fresh sausages may cost a bit more, but they often come without the nitrates and artificial fillers. You can freeze what you don't use, season them your way, and skip the hidden risks. So ask yourself, would you still keep this in your fridge after knowing what's inside? And if you think frozen sausages are risky, wait until you hear what's been happening with one of the most popular chicken products at Walmart. Number 3. Tyson Frozen Chicken Nuggets. They're fast, kid-friendly, and trusted by millions. Tyson Frozen Chicken Nuggets are a staple in busy homes, especially for parents who need dinner on the table in minutes. But behind the convenience is a troubling track record. Tyson is one of the biggest chicken brands in the US, but their nuggets have been recalled multiple times. Not for minor labeling issues, but for sharp objects inside the food. The USDA has reported Tyson recalls involving plastic pieces, metal fragments, and other contamination. Think about that. You're heating up nuggets for your child, and there could be a shard of plastic inside. These recalls haven't been rare. They've happened again and again, raising serious concerns about quality control. Even when the box isn't recalled, the contents still raise red flags. Tyson nuggets are made from processed chicken, blended with fillers, flavorings, and preservatives. By the time they're breaded and flash-fried, it's hard to tell what's real meat and what's just chemistry. The sodium levels? High. The additive list? Long. And for kids who eat them several times a week, those hidden ingredients can build up over time, slowly impacting health. Want a safer swap? Try baking fresh chicken tenders at home. Use real chicken, a little seasoning, and whole ingredients you can pronounce. It takes a few extra minutes, but offers way more peace of mind. And if you thought frozen nuggets were the worst offenders, think again. Some of the biggest health risks are hiding in cans, in products people have trusted for generations. Number 4. Great value canned green beans. It's just green beans. What could go wrong? A lot more than most people realize. Canned vegetables are a pantry staple. Cheap, long-lasting, and ready to use in seconds. But the FDA has issued dozens of recalls over the years tied to canned veggies. One of the most dangerous risks? Botulism, a rare but deadly bacteria that can grow when canned foods are contaminated during processing. Walmart's Great Value canned green beans are a top budget pick. Families stock up thinking it's a safe, simple side dish. But there's more going on inside that can than meets the eye. Many canned goods, especially store brands, still use linings that contain BPA, a chemical linked to hormone disruption, reproductive issues, and developmental risks in children. Studies have shown that BPA can leach into food, especially during high heat. Then there's the contamination risk. Green beans have been pulled from shelves in the past due to botulism concerns and packaging defects. Problems most people never hear about until it's too late. The safer swap? Go for frozen or fresh. Frozen green beans are flash frozen at peak ripeness, often locking in more nutrients than canned, and they skip the risky chemical linings. Fresh is also a great option if you're shopping weekly. No cans, no preservatives, no guesswork. Do you still trust what's hiding inside your pantry? Let us know in the comments, and hit subscribe so you never miss a hidden food warning. And speaking of quick comfort foods, the next item is one of Walmart's top frozen snacks, and it's been tied to some serious health risks. Number 5. Hot Pockets. Hot Pockets are one of the most popular frozen snacks in America. They're cheap, fast, and microwave-ready, which makes them a go-to for kids, students, and busy families. But behind that convenience is a long list of concerns that most people never see coming. In recent years, Nestlé has recalled certain Hot Pockets after pieces of glass and plastic were found inside. Imagine biting into a snack and hitting something sharp. That's not just a fluke. These recalls have happened more than once, raising serious questions about how carefully these products are made. Even when there's no recall, Hot Pockets still come with hidden health risks. They're ultra-processed, made with fillers, preservatives, and heavily processed meats. One serving can pack in nearly half the sodium doctors recommend for a full day. And let's be honest, most people eat 2 in one sitting. That means you're blowing past your daily salt limit in just one meal. Over time, that adds up. High sodium is a known trigger for high blood pressure, heart disease, and long-term health issues, especially in kids. These aren't just quick snacks. They're part of a pattern where speed and flavor come at the cost of your health. A safer option? Make your own version at home. Wrap lean meats, fresh cheese, and veggies in a tortilla or flatbread. Bake them in batches and freeze them for later. You'll get the same grab-and-go ease with way less sodium and no hidden surprises. So next time you reach for that red box, ask yourself, is saving a few minutes worth the long-term risk? And speaking of risky choices, the next product is sold as a healthy option. But it's hiding a secret you need to know. Number 6. Lean Cuisine. Frozen meals. Lean Cuisine markets itself as the healthier choice in the frozen food aisle. With sleek packaging and calorie counts on every box, it feels like the perfect option for anyone trying to lose weight or eat lighter. But when you dig into the details, the truth isn't so clean. Over the years, Lean Cuisine has been hit with multiple recalls. The USDA's Food Safety and Inspection Service reported cases where plastic pieces were found inside meals. Others were pulled for mislabeling, missing allergens like milk or soy on the ingredient list. For someone with a food allergy, that's not just sloppy, it's dangerous. But even if your box isn't recalled, what's inside might still be putting your health at risk. Many Lean Cuisine meals are loaded with sodium. Some contain over a third of your recommended daily limit in one tiny tray. Add a couple of snacks, and you're already over the line. That's a real concern for anyone managing high blood pressure, heart issues, or simply trying to eat clean. And don't let the light branding fool you. These are still processed frozen dinners. Same preservatives, same additives, same factory-made formula, just in a smaller portion. Want a better alternative? Make your own lean meals at home. Cook a healthy recipe once, portion it into containers, and freeze them for the week. You get the same convenience, but with real ingredients, less sodium, and no surprises. Do you still trust the label, or are you reading a little closer now? Drop your thoughts below. And make sure to subscribe. We're here every day, exposing the food risks others won't talk about. Next up, even one of the most trusted deli meat brands has a history most shoppers have never heard about. Number 7. Oscar Mayer Deli Meats. For decades, Oscar Mayer has been one of the most trusted names in America's kitchens. Generations have packed their ham, turkey, and bologna into school lunches and quick sandwiches, trusting that familiar red label. The brand feels safe, but with processed meats, trust doesn't always match reality. The USDA's Food Safety and Inspection Service has repeatedly flagged processed deli meats as one of the top categories for recalls. And Oscar Mayer is no exception. In past years, some of their products have been pulled from shelves due to Listeria contamination, a dangerous bacteria that poses the greatest risk to pregnant women, young children, and people with weaker immune systems. Those recalls don't happen every week, but when they do, the consequences can be severe. Even when Oscar Mayer products aren't under recall, the health concerns don't stop. Like many processed meats, they depend on sodium nitrates and preservatives to extend shelf life and keep that fresh pink color. The problem: studies have linked nitrates to long-term health risks, especially when consumed often. Pair that with the high sodium levels, and you've got a food that may quietly damage heart health over time, even though it looks like a harmless lunch option. The good news is, you don't have to ditch sandwiches entirely. A safer swap is to buy fresh cuts of meat from the deli counter. These are often lower in preservatives, and because you buy only what you need for the week, they're less processed and closer to real food. It's a simple switch with a big impact. And Oscar Mayer isn't alone. Even a pantry staple as familiar as peanut butter, trusted by millions of families, has faced shocking recalls that left shoppers stunned. Number 8. Jif peanut butter. Few foods feel as safe and familiar as peanut butter. For decades, Jif has been the go-to brand in American kitchens. From school lunches to midnight snacks, it's one of those products most families never think twice about. But even this pantry staple hasn't escaped major safety scandals. In 2022, Jif peanut butter was linked to a nationwide salmonella outbreak. Dozens of people across multiple states were sickened, and entire shipments had to be pulled from grocery store shelves. Families who had bought Jif for years suddenly found themselves tossing out jars by the dozen. It was a shocking reminder. Even the most trusted brands can fail. And while that recall may be in the past, the concerns aren't. Even when there's no contamination, Jif peanut butter isn't as simple as it looks. Many of their jars contain more than just peanuts. Added sugars, hydrogenated oils, and fillers sneak into the recipe, turning what should be a wholesome spread into something closer to processed junk food. Those little extras add up, especially when peanut butter is eaten daily. This matters most for kids, who often eat peanut butter sandwiches several times a week, and for adults managing weight or blood sugar. What feels like a healthy choice may actually be pushing families toward hidden health risks, one spoonful at a time. The safer swap? Choose a natural peanut butter with one ingredient: peanuts. It may separate and need a stir, but it skips the added sugar, avoids questionable oils, and keeps the protein and flavor families love. You get the comfort food without the hidden costs. And believe it or not, even frozen fruit, a product many see as pure and healthy, has its own hidden dangers that have triggered recalls. Number 9. Dole frozen berries. Berries are one of the most celebrated superfoods, packed with antioxidants, vitamins, and flavor. And frozen berries seem even better. They're affordable, available year-round, and ready in seconds for smoothies, snacks, or desserts. That's why brands like Dole have become freezer staples in millions of homes. But the story behind them isn't always so sweet. In recent years, the FDA has linked multiple frozen berry recalls to hepatitis, a contamination. This viral infection can spread if the fruit is exposed during harvesting or processing. For families who thought they were making the healthy choice, the news was alarming. Imagine blending a smoothie for your kids, only to hear later that the very same berries were part of a recall. The risk is even higher because of how we eat berries. Unlike chicken or vegetables, frozen fruit is rarely cooked. Most people toss it straight into the blender or eat it after a quick thaw. If contamination is present, it doesn't get killed by heat. It goes straight into your body. Dole and other frozen berry brands market themselves as safe, healthy, and convenient. And while many bags are perfectly fine, the track record proves recalls aren't rare accidents. For children, older adults, or anyone with weaker immune systems, Hepatitis A exposure can lead to severe illness. A safer swap? Buy fresh berries, wash them thoroughly, and freeze them yourself. It takes only a few minutes, and you control the process. That way you keep the convenience, without gambling on how clean the factory floor was. Frozen berries may look like a shortcut to better health, but sometimes they bring risks families never expect. And now, we arrive at our final item, one of the most trusted bread brands in America, with a hidden story of its own. Number 10. Wonder Bread. Few brands are as iconic as Wonder Bread. For generations, it has been the lunchbox staple, soft, cheap, and familiar. Parents toasted it for breakfast, packed it into sandwiches, and trusted it because it felt safe. Nostalgia has kept it in millions of homes. But familiarity doesn't mean harmless. Wonder Bread is what nutrition experts call ultra-processed. Instead of whole grains, it's made from refined flour. Flour stripped of natural fiber and nutrients. To make up for what's lost, vitamins and minerals are added back in artificially. The result? A soft loaf that looks wholesome, but delivers very little real nutrition. Then there's the sugar. A single slice contains hidden sugars most families don't think about. One slice might not matter, but multiply that by breakfast toast, lunchtime sandwiches, and snacks, and the sugar adds up fast. Pair that with preservatives and additives that keep the bread soft for weeks, and it's far from the simple staple it claims to be. Families buy Wonder Bread because it's budget-friendly and familiar. But, as a daily staple, it works against health goals. For people trying to manage weight, stabilize blood sugar, or simply eat cleaner, this loaf is more of a setback than a solution. The safer swap? Choose real whole-grain bread. Bakery loaves are denser, more filling, and rich in fiber and nutrients that white bread can't match. Many grocery store bakeries and local shops make fresh bread without the long list of additives. It may not stay soft for weeks, but that's exactly the point. So the next time you reach for the iconic white loaf, remember, nostalgia doesn't equal nutrition. Healthier, fresher options are out there, and your body will thank you for choosing them. Safer swaps and smart shopping. Now that we've uncovered the biggest red flags, let's focus on solutions. The good news is, safer swaps are simple, realistic, and often taste better than the products they replace. You don't have to give up your favorite meals. Just choose versions that protect your family, instead of putting them at risk. Start with meat. Fresh cuts are always a better option than prepackaged, processed versions full of preservatives. If you love deli sandwiches, ask for freshly sliced meat at the counter. For ground beef or turkey, buy from a trusted butcher or grind it yourself at home. It takes a little extra time, but you'll know exactly what's in it. Next, look at vegetables. Fresh or frozen beets canned every time. Frozen veggies are picked and frozen at peak ripeness, locking in flavor and nutrients without the chemical risk of can linings. And when possible, choose fresh. It's the cleanest option of all. Bread is another easy swap. Instead of ultra-processed white loaves, choose whole grain or bakery bread. These options deliver real fiber, more nutrients, and fewer additives. The same principle applies to spreads. Skip the peanut butters loaded with sugar and oils. Go for natural nut butters made with one ingredient: peanuts. These swaps don't demand huge lifestyle changes or expensive shopping trips. They're small, practical steps that add up to healthier habits. Each choice you make brings your family closer to meals that nourish, without the hidden risks. Before we wrap up, before we finish, there's one thing to keep in mind. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Grocery stores are full of options, but not all of them are equal. Some products hide risks that families only hear about when it's already too late. By knowing what to look for, you can sidestep many of those dangers. Food should be a source of comfort, not a source of worry. It should mean family dinners, school lunches, and traditions you feel good about. That's why understanding what's really inside the foods you buy is so important. When you see both the risks and the safer swaps, you're no longer just shopping. You're protecting your family. And the truth is, safer options are always close by. Choosing fresh cuts instead of processed meats, frozen vegetables instead of canned, or whole grain bread instead of white. These aren't drastic changes. They're small, manageable steps that make a lasting difference. At the end of the day, you don't need to give up everything you enjoy. You just need to make smarter choices, one meal at a time. That's how you keep food simple, safe, and truly nourishing. Which of these Walmart foods shocked you the most? Drop a comment. I read them all. And I'm always curious which products surprise you the most. If this breakdown helped, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell. We post new investigations every single day, exposing the hidden risks in foods families trust most. Tomorrow's video might even cover something already in your fridge or pantry. And before you click away, don't miss our deep dive on canned tuna. These 6 canned tuna brands are not what you think. Tap the video on your screen now to uncover the hidden dangers inside one of the most common pantry staples. Stay safe, stay informed, stay empowered.